Welcome to transitioning to the carnivore diet week 14. And for this week, we have some changes to the cut of beef I eat, and I'll be experimenting between the strip loin cut and the chuck roll cut. I'll cook both by pan searing with butter and with scrambled eggs with salt as usual. And I'll see which one works better with searing, because I've heard chuck roll is for roasting, so I'm not sure if I sear it, it will be too tough for me to eat. But after today, I'll have like 5 kg of chuck rolls delivered to me, so that's 5 days worth of chuck rolls. And if they are too tough, then I guess it's draw exercise for me. And if they are good, I'll continue buying chuck rolls because they are a lot cheaper, $28 per kg, whereas strip loin is like $32 or $34 per kg, and ribeye is $43 per kg. So in order to save money right now, I'll go for chuck rolls if they are good. If not, strip loin is fine, although the fats are not really like squishy. They're kind of hard and not as enjoyable as ribeye, obviously. So we'll see about chuck roll and how the fats taste, how the fats are textured, and yeah. Other than that, my weight goals for this week, I think I'll pretty much just maintain around 70. I've been gaining weight a bit from like 69.5 to 70, so because I'm not like, I've been skipping training, Muay Thai and my kickboxing and running, because I injured my leg, have a shin splint, so I can't like do those for a while. So I guess without the cardio and while eating the same portion of food, I'll inevitably gain some weight. So it'll probably just drop when I resume them, probably like 1 or 2 weeks from now. Hopefully I recover fast. And as for body fat percentage, I think chuck is pretty lean, so leaner than strip loin also. I'm not too sure, but if that's the case, right, then there will be less fats intake. But the fats can come from butter. I'm not sure. I'll just control my butter intake, because sometimes I just eat butter on its own as a snack and like just something to fill my mouth and have some taste. So I'll control that and not eat too much butter. So if chuck roll is indeed leaner, technically my body fat percentage should drop, and technically my weight should drop. So we'll see about that. I don't have any targets or goals for my weight or body fat percentage to change for this week. It's mainly maintaining and experimenting with different beef cuts. Alright. So we're done with strip loins, and now we move over to chuck rolls. So for breakfast, I have around 480 grams of this chuck roll, and then I'll make some scrambled eggs, both with butter also. There's a pretty decent fat content, and they cut it pretty thin, and it's kind of white, so it's easier to cook fat and easier to overcook also. And I'll manage that and we'll see how it is. Out in the park getting some sunlight right now. So just had my breakfast, the chuck roll, and chuck roll wins. It's pretty much like ribeye, but it's a bit tougher. The fats are chewy and like squishy, unlike the strip loin, which is damn hard and solid. And it's better to eat. It feels better to eat, you know. It reminds me of ribeye. Obviously it's not as good, and you know, when you put it in the pan, there's this smell. It smells like ribeye. There's just a little bit of beefy taste in it, like the short ribs, but I'm fine with that. And the texture is fine. The taste when you eat after cooking is pretty okay. You can taste the butter more in chuck roll than strip loin, and it's just a little bit hard, like tough, so I take longer to eat it. Or maybe it's just that I wasn't hungry just now. But overall, in conclusion, I can say that from now I'll be having chuck rolls instead of strip loins, and it's a win-win. It's like 24 per kg, so that's really cheap and affordable. It's the end of week 14 of transitioning to carnivore diet, and for this week my average weight would be 69.8. So my weight is still slowly increasing, probably because of the lack of cardio. I do morning walks every day, but because of the lack of my Muay Thai training, my kickboxing training, I guess I'm gaining a little bit of weight slowly. So let's hope it's muscle mass and not really fats. I still don't know what my body fat percentage actually is. Yesterday it was 14.4% on the scale. Today it was 16.6% or something. So I can't really trust the scale. But as for my weight, it's increased from last week by 200 grams, so 0.2 kg. And for this week, we experimented with 2 different cuts of meat, the strip loin and the chuck roll. And after tasting both, I think the chuck roll is better. It's more like ribeye, although it's tougher to chew and it takes a little long to eat. I think it's worth it. It tastes better than strip loin. The fats are chewy and more tasty, like the ribeye, unlike strip loin's fats. So from now on I'll be buying chuck rolls. And for next week, I don't think I can train, so I'll still be resting, and my weight might just hit around like 69.9 average or 70. And maybe I'll stop butter and experiment with butter and without butter to see if I'm like lactose intolerant or something, because adding butter these few days with my chuck roll has given me like a little bit of too much shit, if you get what I mean. Like usually if I had ribeye without butter, I would only like shit once every 2 days. So yeah, we'll see without butter how it is, and if I can conclude that butter is the reason of that, and if there's any issues with like dairy or what. Because ghee has no dairy, it's been removed, but in butter there's still the milk, the dairy part. So yeah, and then yeah, maintain my body fat percentage around 14, assuming it's 14 right now. So I still won't be bulking or anything. training calisthenics, gaining the strength first, and you'll see how my strengths progress alongside the weeks, and I'll take note of that from next week onwards. And see you next week on week 15 of transitioning into the carnivore diet. Okay, bye.